Let's talk about book to movie adaptations. Hey guys, so book to movie adaptations. Such a broad topic, you know, because like when I say book to movie adaptations, I could be talking The Hobbit, I could be talking Lord of the Rings, I could be talking the 3 Chronicles of Narnia movies that they made and haven't made more of. Although, where did they leave off? Caspian? I mean, it makes sense. Caspian has to be like old, but they could have picked an old guy to play him. Anyway, Chronicles of Narnia. I could be talking Paper Towns, Fault in Our Stars. I could be talking, well, not necessarily book to movie, but I could be talking Game of Thrones. I could be talking, I'm just looking around my room trying to find things, books that were changed in movies. I could be talking Hardy Boys. I could be talking Nancy Drew, because they made those way back in the day. I could be talking Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Aragon. I could be talking any of those movies, and it would still fall under the category book to movie adaptation. However, some of these book to movie adaptations are much better than others. For example, Perks of Being a Wallflower. Just kidding, that was just another example. I've never seen Perks of Being a Wallflower. Did read the book, loved it, touched my tiny little emo soul. Well, okay. I do love the Lord of the Rings movies. I do love the Harry Potter movies. But there will always be a but, and I'm not talking about the one attached to your body. But let's just start with Lord of the Rings, shall we? Let's just start. Tom Bombadil. Any of you who have read the Lord of the Rings books, they were a struggle, I know. Tom Bombadil was a great character. He was so much fun, and he was so needed in the middle of that long, dragging, walking through the forest scene. We missed him altogether because they took out like 75% of the walking through the forest. I'm not complaining. Walking through the forest is bad enough when you're reading it. Imagine watching it on a TV. And they walked. And they walked some more. And then they sang a song. And then they kept walking. And then they walked some more. And a little further along, they still walked. It would be pain. Now, that's not to say that I didn't enjoy the book scene. That's not to say that I don't love the movies. But Tom Bombadil was great, and I would have loved to see him in there. You know what else would have been great in The Lord of the Rings? More Treebeard. Yes, I know he was in the extended versions, but a lot of people haven't seen the extended versions. A lot of people missed out on a lot of brilliant Treebeard action. And it sucked, because he was so great. Also, in the movies, Faramir took Frodo to Osgiliath. That didn't happen in the books. That was annoying, because it sort of ruined Faramir's whole character. The whole point of Faramir was that he was good, and he was kind, and he was Boromir's brother, but he was better. But Denethor didn't see it that way. To me, that was kind of Faramir's entire point. But they took that away, because in the movies, he's Boromir, just with David Wenham's face. In the movies, Boromir was a great friend. He was awesome with Frodo, and with Merry, and with Pippin, and with Sam. It was fun. We loved Boromir until he turned on Frodo in the end of the Fellowship of the Ring / the beginning of Two Towers. I forget, it's been a while since I saw the movies. And then he turned on Frodo, and he was evil. And then he changed his mind, and he saved Merry and Pippin, and he died. Faramir In the books, he was deep and mysterious and brooding, and then he took them to Osgiliath, and they almost died. And he was going to take them to Gondor and present them to Denethor, where Denethor would have taken the ring and would have used it and would have become the next Dark Lord. Denethor wasn't that powerful. We all know that. But the point still stands. And then he told them to go, and he had this redemptive moment. And then there was the whole thing with Denethor trying to burn him alive. Spoilers, whoops, sorry. And it sucked, because they were the same, but with a different face. The Hobbit. The Pale Orc was nowhere in The Hobbit. You never learned Thranduil's name in The Hobbit. Legolas wasn't in The Hobbit that we know of. He was never mentioned by name. We never knew if he was there. Tauriel. Okay. I love Tauriel. I do. She was a strong, independent white elf. She was great. I loved her. But here's the thing. When you take a female elf and you give her a love story with a dwarf, it takes away from the specialness that was Legolas and Gimli's friendship. And I'm not one of those weird, Legolas and Gimli forever, ha ha ha. No. No. Legolas and Gimli were friends, and they were brilliant friends. That was the whole point of their dynamic, that they hated each other at the beginning, and then they grew as a dwarf and an elf, and at the end, I never imagined dying beside an elf. How about a friend? That was the whole point. And then they brought in Tauriel to the situation, and Keeley fell in love with her, and she fell in love with him. And that took away the specialness. Because the whole point of Legolas and Gimli was that there was these two races that hated each other. And they became friends. And that was unique. And Tauriel and Keeley took away that uniqueness. And I hated it for that. Also, I will never be able to look at a walnut the same again. Thank you, Peter Jackson. Hate you, man. But I love you at the same time. So, there's just so many things with book to movie. Okay, my lighting is getting really crap. Hang on. Yay! So yeah, I hated it because it took away the entire specialness. Paper Towns. I love Paper Towns. Paper Towns was great. There were scenes that I missed. I wasn't sure about how I felt about them adding Lacey, like, to give her a more prominent role. Or no, not Lacey. Radar's girlfriend. Don't remember her name. But it was a good movie, and I loved it a lot. Harry Potter. The Harry Potter movies were brilliant. The books were brilliant. Oh, but there were so many issues. For example, every Potterhead will understand. Every Potterhead who's been on Tumblr within the last 12 years will understand what I mean when I say, Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Like, it's Dumbledore said calmly. So it's just like, okay, whatever. I mean, the original Dumbledore was brilliant. He was perfect. And then Michael Gambon. Not bashing Michael Gambon. I love Michael Gambon. But after we had the first, I don't know the first Dumbledore's name. Whoops. After we had the first Dumbledore, Michael Gambon just wasn't, you know. Also, R.I.P. Alan Rickman. So, you know, book to movie adaptations. They have their merits. They have their, I don't know what the opposite of the word merit is. Okay, the camera ran out of memory, so I'm saying this quick before it runs out of memory again. Movie adaptations have their pros, have their cons. I love them, I do, but sometimes I hate them, because sometimes there were just things that I really liked from the books that weren't there. So, anyway, if you like this video, there's a like button down below. kick it, punch it, hit it, click it, stroke it with love, whatever. If you liked it, go ahead. If you want to see more of my stuff, there's a subscribe button. Comment if you want. If you want to yell at me, that's cool. Do it. And bye.